Hello everyone, you're listening to WarCraft 3. I'm going to be your shoutcaster today, Crota, coming at you. I don't know why I decided to change up my intro, perhaps because my voice dropped a couple octaves. I am sick. I am not going through puberty again at the age of 30 something. But yes, let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on down over here. WFZ spawning as the red undead player here on Amazonia. Meanwhile, on the top right, we have ZDR or ZDR, depending on where you hail from, coming as the orange orc. Now, yes, I am feeling a little bit under the weather. My voice sounds like I should be hosting a smooth jazz radio station more than anything else. And I don't know if my wife wants me to keep it. Anyways, let's go ahead and see what's coming down here. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you, as we are looking at an Altar of Storms up against an Altar of Darkness. Altar of Darkness is significantly late, but we did see a crypt followed by a graveyard, so I am expecting Death Knight with Crypt Fiends. It is possible that the Death Knight or that the undead player could be trying to go for a Tavern Hero, but more often than not, Graveyard first means Death Knight with Crypt Fiends, at least for the undead. Now, what's going to be unfolding here, we're taking a look at ZDR opening up with a Blade Master, and he is not getting that Voodoo Lounge early. By not getting that Voodoo Lounge early, it means that he really wants to try and creep. He knows that the undead really can't do very much to harass him early on in the game, hence the current popular builds are either Death Knight and Ghouls, or Death Knight and Crypt Fiends, both of which is not a really big problem for a Blade Master with Windwalk. Blade Master with Windwalk can Windwalk grunts out of sticky situations, so that's not that big of an issue either, as we're taking a look now as the Death Knight is being trained. We'll keep an eye on this. I have seen a couple of undead players purposely cancel that Death Knight a little bit later in order to get a Tavern Hero, and just so that it looks like it is going to be a normal Death Knight from that scouting peon. Blade Master has come out, and it is going to go straight after that Renegade Wizard. Blade Master is taking a little bit of damage here, as we are looking at the Voodoo Lounge being about halfway done. Blade Master should be able to clear out this creep camp, maybe even finish up this one over here, get to level 2, and then move along his merry way. Blade Master already sitting at level 1, should be very close to level 2 after the clearing of the last 2 level 3 rogues. Meanwhile, WFZ making rounds, looking to perhaps get some damage onto some peons there, and he could probably pull some aggro from the Renegade Wizard, as the Death Knight is now coming out. Dust of Appearance already being purchased, as you see the peon trying to come in here. Double Crypt Fiends gonna make short work of this Renegade Wizard, even though it does have medium armor, that the normal damage of the skeletal minions plus the lightning shield. Oh, you have to be very careful there. You cannot let that lightning shield get in the final shot, otherwise you do end up losing a good amount of experience. Blade Master, on the other hand, using that healing salve, trying to get back up to full. Gonna go ahead and finish off these Troll Berserkers here. Level 2 on that Blade Master with Claws of Attack +6, a very nice item, and I believe even got an additional agility tome early on, so that's going to be some bonus damage for him as well. Death Knight not too far behind, with WFZ getting up to level 2 on his Death Knight here, and both sides really just respecting the other player. They're not trying to do any sort of crazy cheese heavy harassment tactic. Both of them are pretty much in this for the long haul, though. They know that they cannot really win out in the early stages. Crypt Fiends, as effective as they are against units, they are not effective against buildings, hence the fact that they are not going to be nearly that strong if he tries and pressure the base. Death Coil, and it looks like the Death Knight, no, it looks like the Blade Master ended up getting that experience there once again, as the Blade Master now chasing down some of those skeletal minions once more. Now the Death Knight of WFZ has to be careful here. He cannot constantly give free experience to the Blade Master, who has been windwalking all throughout this game. In the meantime, in addition though, he cannot just sit inside his base. He needs to be the aggressor. He needs to go out and do a lot of creeping, get that Death Knight to level 3, and then make sure when his Lich comes out that Frost armor is enough to shut down the Blade Master. If the Blade Master is constantly getting stronger items, then it doesn't matter that you're going to have +3 armor and slowed down attack. The Blade Master now continuing the chase off over here. The grunts being left behind there. And I don't believe the units are really going to try and engage there. A little bit of a misstep by ZDR. Going to take a little bit more damage than he needs to. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him a bit later.
A player's forces are under attack.
Blade Master now heading off to the north. You can see a number of grunts and a kobold. Taskmaster is going to get taken down. No, or not by the Blade Master, by the Death Knight. Death Knight getting that replenishment potion and I believe that manual of health. And that Death Knight is now going to be even more difficult to take down with 825 hit points only at level 2. Meanwhile, Blade Master at 675, 150 hit point difference as the Blade Master now clears out the Forest Troll Shadow Priest location here. Take down the healer, picks up another Tome of Agility. The Blade Master could get to level 3, but now he's going to be in a little bit of trouble. No more Dust of Appearance though, as the Blade Master now going straight after the Death Knight. Death Coil onto the Grunt, but not going to be enough to save it as the Crypt Fiends did get enough damage. Dust of Appearance once more as the Blade Master unable to sneak through and get damage onto that Death Knight. Death Knight purposely using that replenishment potion while he can, knowing that the Blade Master is currently revealed with Dust of Appearance. He's not going to want to try and just even try and risk dealing some damage to that Blade or that Death Knight. There's the Death Knight now wandering back and forth again. All right, you can take a look at the Crypt Fiend. Crypt Fiend taking a little bit of damage. Blade Master once more has been spotted, and it looks like Cold Arrows or Cold Tower is going to get some damage onto the Blade Master again. A little bit of a misstep once more by ZDR as the Death Knight now up to 520 some odd hit points, waiting for that Lich to make its way out and attack to tier 3. Blade Master coming off over here. Let's take a look at the Blade Master, seeing that level 3, no more mana for Windwalk, so it is going to get some easy damage, perhaps go after 1 or 2 Crypt Fiends, but it can't really do that with the Death Knight nearby being able to use Death Coil in order to save his lower hit point units. There goes the Sasquatch. Now down it goes, level 3 on the Death Knight with 900 hit points and, well, 189 mana right now as he heals one of his Crypt Fiends pretty much back up to full health. Alright, Tauren Chieftain was out and about getting experience while the Blade Master was trying to put a little bit of pressure. Didn't get that much experience though, or didn't get that much pressure though, as the Tauren Chieftain may be able to finish off this creep camp pretty easily. Alright, there is an ensnare, and now let's take a look at this. The Tauren Chieftain may end up trying to use a stomp to perhaps save some of his units. The grunts, if they could get in position, would be in a huge spot, as there goes one Crypt Fiend, most likely. No, Crypt Fiend saved with the last ditch Death Coil, and now Frost Armor on him, making him that much more difficult to take out. Frost Armor continuing to just rain on ZDR's parade here, not being able to attack freely. That additional armor and also the speed attack, or the attack speed reduction, really hurting him in the end. Tauren Chieftain now coming back across the center. Blade Master now heading back up the north. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability ready for use. Meanwhile, the Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 2, using up a healing salve once more. May consider using that replenishment potion when the time is right. Now, Lich still does not have any experience. Meanwhile, the Tauren Chieftain is at level 2 and about halfway to level 3. That is really going to help him along. Meanwhile, the Lich still sitting at level 1 and the Death Knight sitting at level 3. ZD or WFZ is just wondering what he can really do to try and push out at this stage. ZDR now clearing up the Goblin Merchant camp here. Sasquatch should give another useful item, perhaps even Claws of Attack +9. No, it's going to be a Wand of Illusion, which could still spell some trouble. Meanwhile, the Blade Master constantly doing that harass that Blade Masters do best, being constantly inside your base with it really not having to commit to anything, as the Blade Master is a shadow melded with that Windwalk. Alright, let's take, or hidden with that Windwalk. Tauren Chieftain now heading back off to the north. Plenty of mana, using another healing salve. Blade Master once again gets caught in between a rock and a hard place as the Lich lays down the law with an Orb of Corruption. -5 armor, effectively losing 30% effective hit points, as we're looking at the Blade Master now trying to get away again. Blade Master down to -2 armor. Damage reduction is down to 9. Meanwhile, off to the north, Rock Golem's getting cleared out pretty easily. One skeletal minion is in spot, on point, making sure that he knows what exactly is happening, as WFZ now picks up a Dark Ranger. Blade Master is nearby. Is it going to get spotted? what is that, frost armor now onto some obsidian statues as well, as the Blade Master now heads off to the north. Blade Master trying to head off to the north. That is a lot of Kodos. If you did not know they were illusions, that would absolutely frighten you, as a Tauren Chieftain now rushes on in again. Ghouls being brought over. Lich sitting at level 1, halfway to level 2. Death Knight sitting at a quarter to level 3. He's not going to be leveling anytime soon. As we're looking at where the Tauren Chieftain perhaps can land a couple of ensnares and catch a fleeing undead army. Alright, the Crypt Fiends are all in position. There is a lot of units. There is 2 Tauren Chieftains, so he knows one of them is an illusion here. As you can see, also the Blade Master trying to go straight after Crypt Fiend. The Crypt Fiend not going down, as it, even though it is ensnared, as we're now looking at Raider number 1 has fallen. Tauren Chieftain with a beautiful stomp here, able to take down 1 Crypt Fiend, but it looks like the damage of WFZ may start to amount to a lot, as we're looking at Lich now falling at level 1. Another Obsidian statue now taken down as well, and with that, with the Lich now taken down, in addition to a handful of Crypt Fiends, this is now ZDR's game to lose. Unless he doesn't make a horrible mistake, he should have this game. But the Tauren Chieftain now, once again, it looks like he could get surrounded here at any particular moment, trying to get away. No Dust of Appearance. It looks like the Crypt Fiend's gonna get away. No. Yes, he is, with that Death Coil. Saved again once more, and WFZ losing a big unit there. Alright, Tauren Chieftain with Potion of Invulnerability, using the Scroll of Healing to try and stay alive. Tauren Chieftain comes in with another stomp though, as the Lich, oh wow, no, it did not make it. Beautiful, beautiful shot there. The Crypt Fiend's final attacks were able to take it down, and with that, level 3 Tauren Chieftain now fallen. Things are once more up in the air with no definitive leader. Alright, coming back around, Tauren Chieftain has been resurrected at the tavern. No gold, no mana and half gold or half hit points for him, as the Blade Master now heads off to the north. 3-3 compared to 3-1-1. Lich not even sitting, oh no, just got to level 2 by 1 experience. Now just sitting at level 2, hoping that she has enough longevity really make a bit of a play. Alright, Death Knight now venturing forth is going to spot the Tauren Chieftain again. Blade Master is going to be nearby. All the units are now in full retreat, as there's an ensnare by ZDR. ZDR forcing a fight here at this Obsidian statue. You cannot allow your opponent to just freely ensnare things and get free damage. Alright, ZDR taking a little bit of losses. There goes another Crypt Fiend there. Obsidian statues trying to stay alive, trying to keep their health up, but with no damage spread such as Spirit Link, Focus Fire does work extremely well against the undead army. Alright, let's take a look at what's going on over here. The Death Knight could try and finish things up here. The Tauren Chieftain now sitting at level 3, but relatively low on mana. More Crypt Fiends are joining in on the fight, and we still don't know who has the lead. This Kodo Beast, down to 296 hit points, has a pretty much fully functional Crypt Fiend right there inside, and it looks like he will be able to make it out. There it goes, and the Crypt Fiends, and WFZ looks like he's going to be able to take this game. Another ensnare goes down onto an Obsidian statue. The units are all trying to chase. It looks as though the Tauren Chieftain down to level 3 is not going to make it. Meanwhile, Blade Master sits at level 4, and he does make it, now going after the rest of this Dark Ranger army. Death Knight now leading his way off to the north, and I swear I was not tired at the start of this cast. I'm going to be just chalking that up to being a bit tired from the overall stretch of events here, as we now see an ensnare go down on the Death Knight for a second time in as many nights. Alright, Tauren Chieftain is going to have a very, very good control on his unit here. If all of a sudden ZDR loses control of that Tauren Chieftain, it's pretty much going to be lost and gone for good. Death Knight now making its way and its rounds off to the north here. Let's take a look down over here. Tauren Chieftain gets to level 4, and with that said, ZDR once more takes a good lead in this matchup with the overall hero levels and the overall hero levels and with the overall tech. Down over here, Torrent Chieftain now making its way back across to the side. We're taking a look at some of the Orc burrows getting focused down here. There goes another peon. If more and more peons do end up getting taken down, this is going to really hurt ZDR, as ZDR is not going to be able to train any units for quite some time. It's now sitting at 40 over 43. There you have it. Unable to continue to train as the units are now finally starting to sprinkle in. Or file in. ZDR looking to catch an Obsidian statue while in transit. Frost armor onto the Obsidian statue, but it doesn't look like it will be for not quickly taken out. No real chance to turn it into a destroyer either. Blade Master running across the center of the map. We are 15 minutes into this game and still no one has a clear decisive strategy as of yet. Both of them just going back and forth midfield, gathering levels and trying to do an occasional counter when the time suits them. Alright, Blade Master now looking to back away again. We're taking a look at the Lich, the Dark Ranger, the Death Knight of the Undead Army, making a move for perhaps the top, well, how many expansions are there? Top left? No. The left expansion, the main expansions are going to be here at the 12 o'clock position and 6 o'clock position.
A player's forces are under attack.
As we're now looking at the last couple of enforcers and other units now trying to clear out these creep camps. Death Knight is in position. Death Knight very close to level 4. Once he gets to level 4, that Unholy Aura will simply be too much, and now even adding in True Shot Aura, the Death Knight is a force to be reckoned with very, very high damage. Blade Master currently running around in circles. Meanwhile, off to the north here, you can see the Death Knight getting, or sorry, the Lich getting bouldered right there. WFZ is really making a strong bid here, but it looks like ZDR is going to be trying to come in from the bottom and perhaps creepjack this. All right, here we go. There's a couple of ensnares on those Crypt Fiends. Crypt Fiends unable to attack. Frost armor on the Crypt Fiends as well. Death Coil, Frost Nova, I believe, onto the Lich. Lich gets in a good stomping 3 to 4 units. A lot of stomps right there. A very, very big stun as Speed Scroll now being used as well. All right. Alright, Death Coil. Or Obsidian Statue, or not Obsidian Statue, Orb of Corruption now quickly lands on a peon, corrupting him. WFZ looking to perhaps try and finish this game here, but I don't believe his army is that large. His army is currently sitting at 51 over 60 compared to 50 over 60, so he is mining significantly better, but once his Abomination goes down, is he going to replace it with a Crypt Fiend? Torrent Chieftain attempting to slip away. It looks like it will be able to do exactly that unless Frost Nova lands on its target, and I don't believe it will. That is just going to be an Orb of Corruption instead. Yes, Dark Ranger now sitting at level 3 as the Death Knights looking to clear out the rest of this creep. Sorry, not the Death Knights. The Crypt Fiends are looking to clear out the rest of these units here, and it looks like that is going to be end up happening. WFZ going to lose the Obsidian Statue. And what is going to be happening next? Low hit point Raider heading all the way back. Meanwhile, Lich, Death Knight, and Dark Ranger still continuing this push here. This push is really starting to amount to some serious problems, as the skeletal minions are just that strong and that useful in this game. So far, let's take a look at this Obsidian Statue. Oh. ZDR trying to protect some of those units here. Grunts now trying to come in as well. Frost armor, not yet on the Obsidian Statue, but a lot of the Grunts constantly getting turned away. It looks like Death Pack being used by the Death Knight in order to save some of his units. No burrow or no Dust of Appearance reveal on those Crypt Fiends, so not quite sure how that is going to be expected at all, as the Death Knight is looking to finish off 1 if not 2 Grunts here, and if he can finish off these 2 Grunts, that would be a very big deal.
Player's forces are under attack.
Destroyers up in the air once again. Back down on the ground, Death Knight with a couple of obsidian statues. Blade Master sitting at level 5. Tauren Chieftain is sitting at level 4. No real chance of leveling before the next major fight here. Meanwhile, the Lich is at 3.5. And the Dark Ranger, where is that Dark Ranger? Somewhere in there. There she is. Alright. Gonna go ahead and finish this fight up here, as a burrowed Crypt Fiend is still lying in wait, ready to go. ZDR looking to clear out this creep camp at the 12 o'clock location. Meanwhile, WFZ going after the rather difficult Renegade Wizard creep camp. It looks like the Blade Master tried to dissolve the attack, but it ended up backfiring. It did not work. Alright, still no expansion here, not even crept out. Destroyers now making their way off to the north, alongside some Crypt Fiends, Dark Ranger, and Death Knight with the help of a Lich. Now the Lich is going to go ahead and try and pressure here. He does not have 6, so I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't Death and Decay. I would actually be very surprised if professional players have been casting Death and Delay as of late. Alright, ZDR going to lose... a handful of Orc Burrows here in just a second. Locking him up on being able to try and train up any more units. Meanwhile, back over here, the Tauren Chieftain and the Blade Master are trying to regroup, and they want to push. They want to get in here. Blade Master arrives to the party, but it's going to be too late. Too little, too late. Obsidian Statue is taking a fair bit of damage. And there you have it. It looks like one is already taken down. A second one looks like it will be... Oh, nope, not taken down, as the Scroll Town Portal was just in time to head them back home.
A player's forces are under attack.
Back off to the north, we're taking a look. ZDR killing another skeletal minion here. Could have easily finished off this one. Instead, has not set up another expansion anywhere. Alright, Tauren Chieftains coming back around across the side of the map. Perhaps we're going to see an expansion over here. It doesn't look like no expansion here. The only expansions are at the 12 and the 6. Just a very difficult golem creep camp. As we're looking at the Blade Master attempting to take down a granite golem. Okay, that golem is taking a severe beating already, but still survives intact. It's going to look as though... Who's going to get it? Don't know. Alright, is my medicine making me delusional? Yeah, maybe. Take a nap after this, Crota. Oh, this game is long. Alright, a little bit of the walk of shame now in play, as we see ZDR and WFZ have both run out of gold. Also, unsummoning of a couple key buildings as the Tauren Chieftain now makes its way off to the north. Alright, 23 minutes and 20 seconds into this game, and we are looking at perhaps a very big fight here. The gold mine, all of these peons just trying to return enough gold to be able to build an expansion. I think they'll be able to do exactly that. Alright, 490, 500, 510, or wait, what's going on?
A player's forces are under
Alright, so those peons are now running back away again. Death Knight now running back off to the north. Death Knight wants to do a little bit of scouting. Blade Master does spot this. And is the Blade Master going to be enough to stop what could be what is a very dangerous undead army? Destroyers and Crypt Fiends do so much, and now what do we have here? The Blade Master revealed by a shade, making it that much more difficult to try and have the Blade Master do its best Dark Templar interpretation. Alright, let's take a look at this. Tauren Chieftain now down to 169 hit points. Just turn around and shoot someone. And if he was really bothering you, that's all you would have really needed to do. He now has a potion of invulnerability. There is another Thunder Stomp, I believe. But the damage is just simply being added up. Blademaster falls at level 5. Tauren Chieftain may end up falling at level 5 since the Blademaster is the primary damage dealer here. There's another stomp, but I believe, yeah, that is going to be the game. And it looks like... what is that? It looks like ZDR or ZDR has taken or lost a game to WFZ. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'm going to take a rest.